I just sent the message.
That's my homemade sign.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're live now.
Oh, that's better.
We're live.
Welcome.
Live.
We are live. Cherie, can we start this puppy?
You can. You can.
Hey, everybody. Is everybody on? Can everybody hear?
Yeah.
Yes.
We first of all, we'd like to welcome everybody to the first Passion Zoom reunion. I say first because if this goes really well, we're going to have a number 2. If it goes south, this is the only one. So let's try and make it good. We're here today for 2 reasons. Number 1, because this Passions family was such a strong and close family, and we all missed each other. And Cherie and Eva Demerjian decided that we should try this Zoom reunion. So kudos to them. They did all the legwork. So we thought it would be fun for the fans to ask questions of their favorite characters. And B, we thought it'd be a great way to try and raise money for COVID relief. We're not posting any links. We're not saying fans have to donate because we know these are tough times. But if you are so inclined, if you are in a financial position to spare a couple of dollars, donate to the COVID charity of your choice. The only thing we ask of you is that you donate in the name of Lisa Descozat. Fans, you might not know this, but Lisa was the longtime executive producer of Passions. She, along with Jim Riley, was the heart and soul of our show. She made it a pleasure to come to work each day. Sadly, we lost her in December, so we want to honor her. And that's the second reason why we're here today. So if you can spare a few dollars in Lisa's name. My name is MK Weir. I'm one of the producers. My co-host is Richard R. Schilling, supervising producer of Passions. Give us a little wave, Richard. And he's not giving us a wave. Richard is the keeper of the crypt of all things Passions. So fans, if you have a question about a prop, about a set, about a piece of wardrobe, ask Mr. Schilling, and I guarantee you he will know the answer. So we're going to get started. The format for today is that there is no format because I've never done one of these things. We thought we'd start off by having each actor introduce themselves and tell us the character they played. After we do that, Richard and I are going to take some questions from fans and maybe ask a few other questions that we'd like the answers to. So why don't we start with Juliet?
Hello, everybody. My name's Juliet Mills, and I played Tabitha. And I'm drinking a martini, which is something I did many, many times during the show. Cheers. Lovely to see you.
I can't see all you people at once in this view, so who's next there? Galen, I heard you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. It's so amazing to see my fellow castmates. I'm Galen Gehring. I played Luis Lopez Fitzgerald, who was renowned for never having solved a crime in Harmony. And I'm also drinking a martini. Cheers.
Who else do we have? I see. I'm just going to call people out as I see them, but I don't have the full gallery view. So hop in. I see James Hyde. Give us a shout out.
Hi, everyone. Again, thank you for being here today and being a fan of the show. It was way ahead of its time. We were very fortunate and very lucky to have the people that we had. Of course, Lisa and Richard and Denise and MK as producers. We were very fortunate. We bonded. We had a great relationship with all of us. Anyway, my name's James Hyde, and I played Sam Bennett, and I did actually solve a crime. There you go.
Which one?
Mac, how about you, Mac? I see you sitting there waiting patiently, Mac.
Hi. I'm Mackenzie Westmore. Played Sheridan Crane Lopez Fitzgerald Booth. Had nothing to do with the crimes, so didn't solve anything. But it's great to see everybody. This is so amazing. I love that you did this. Thank you.
Thanks to Cherie and Eva Demerjian.
That's it.
Lindsay, you look too relaxed over there, Lindsay. What's going on?
Hey, okay. Thanks again, you guys, for joining us. My name is Lindsay Hartley. I played Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald Crane Casey Winthrop. Had a lot of husbands on the show, a lot of kids, and spent my entire time trying to get to marry Ethan Crane. Trying to marry him. And finally I did. Yay! Only took 9 years.
Hey, Brandy. talk
And
about
where's your
life as
mama?
a
I
mermaid.
see your mama right up top there.
Yes. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Eva Tamargo. I played Flora Lopez Fitzgerald. Delighted to be here and see everyone. I'm very emotional, so I'm going to hold back. But this show changed my life. I will remember Lisa forever. Thank you, Richard and Sheree, for this experience. I love you all. You fans are absolutely the best. Honestly, this is crazy. Thank you.
Who else do we have? Do I see Kim?
Hi, Kim Ulrich.
Where's
Hi to
Kim?
all of you. I miss you so much.
Terrible
And I
delay.
played Ivy Crane, who is always after Sam.
Let's see.
Next, where's
choice.
Brooke? I see Brooke. I have a very limited
Emma.
screen.
Hello everybody. My name is Brooke Kerr. I played Whitney Russell on Passions, as you know, and I'm just super excited to see all of you guys. It's bringing back a whole flood of memories, and I'm glad we could do something like this and create some positivity and nostalgia, you know, in this time when there's so much other stuff going on. And I appreciate you all and all the time we had, and I'm glad we're doing this. This is nice.
Okay, Rich, I have a very limited view, so you throw it over to whatever actor you see.
I wanted to ask Brandy about what it was like to play a mermaid.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy Burkhardt. I played Siren, daytime's first mermaid, maybe last, I think, maybe. It was so wonderful to be a part of this crazy bunch of people, and I'm so thankful that you guys gave me my first really big opportunity, and that I got to grow and change with all you guys. And yeah, missing the tail, but you know, we should all get back together and go to Harmony again sometime.
Yeah, we'll
Eric,
build another
what are you doing?
100,000 gallon tank to swim around in.
Why not? That was really fun.
And Heidi, what are you up to?
Eric, tell us who you are.
Wait,
Hi.
Aaron.
Me or Heidi?
Eric.
Eric.
All right,
Eric, what are
I'll
you
go,
doing?
and then Heidi's going to be next.
Heidi,
Oh, Eric.
Heidi, you go. You go
Okay.
first,
Go,
please.
Eric.
You go. So I'll go.
That's Eric.
Wait,
I've got-
This is smooth
Who's
as
going?
silk, I'd like to say.
Aaron? I thought you said Aaron.
Amazing.
Can I make a
I'm
suggestion?
guessing there's not going to be a second one of these.
I am Heidi Murray.
Can I make a suggestion?
Pleasure.
Hey,
Heidi.
Oh, it's late.
Right.
I think it's
Okay,
me.
now.
Go.
Go for Eric.
Eric, hi. I'm Eric. I'm Eric. I'm Eric Martzoff, and I
My
played
son.
I played a couple people on Passions. I have a picture of the first one that I played. You remember this guy? Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
do.
Right. Eric, do the
Yeah,
voice.
this was,
Do
this
the
was-
voice.
Teresa. Remember, I threw her down the ground. It was my first gig, and I played Julian Crane's demon when Teresa went to hell. Threw her down, and she kind of looked at me like, that was kind of hard, dude. And I was like, sorry. And little did I know that I'd be throwing her down a lot more in the next 6 years. As I got to play Ethan Crane, Winthrop / whatever else he was. So it's so refreshing seeing all your faces. I love this so much.
Liza Huber. Go for it.
My name is Liza Huber. I played Gwen Hotchkiss Winthrop, and my years on Passions were some of the very best of my life. And I am so excited to see each and every one of you today. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the fans. This is amazing.
Dana, go. You're in the next box.
Hey there, it's Dana Sparks with My Martini, and happy to be drinking in the morning. I played Grace, and hey, thank you. I've got amnesia. I can't remember who I played. No, not true. Passions was just an awesome, awesome time in my life, and I'm so happy to call so many of you friends still in person and on Facebook. So happy to see you all here. Cheers, and to those with us and not with us.
Heidi, what are you doing?
Hi. Sorry, let me put down my martini. I'm Heidi Murray. I played Kate Bennett. And yeah, I'm so excited to see all your faces together. I'm so excited that we did this charade.
Andrea Evans, very quiet.
Hey.
Andrea.
Hey.
Andrea.
Hey, I'm Andrea Evans, and I played very happily Rebecca Hotchkiss Crane, and I didn't solve any crimes. I just wanted to marry my Pookie, Julian, and get very wealthy. That's all I cared about. The money and the sex. Hey.
Girl after my own heart. Brooke, you look so well behaved sitting there. What's up?
I'm good. I'm well. I'm enjoying seeing everybody.
Who is
Rodney, go ahead.
Rodney, go for Rodney.
Hi, I'm Rodney Van Johnson, and I play T.C. Russell, your residential angry black man in Harmony. That's about it.
The beard, Rodney.
Oh, the beard. This is the
God,
Corona beard. I've been stroking it. I have been brushing it. It is growing. So let me tell you, if you see a residential black man with a gray beard running through your neighborhood, please. No.
In you, Rodney.
And the Zoom call, Jessica Turn. Let's move on to Charles.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? I'm your residential, not angry black man. Charles Divins. I played Chad Harris Crane, Dose, the sequel, the crazy sequel. If you watch, you know, it got a little crazy at the end there, but it's good to see everybody here. It's like the best 20-year high school reunion ever. Everybody looks great.
And now to the other Chad, Don.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, everybody. Don Swaby. I played the Chad Harris numero uno, Passion's original bad boy from the wrong side of the tracks. I so love seeing everybody. I love the fact that we're all doing this. Just love seeing you guys, even if it's on screen and not live. Love that the fans are here, and I'll echo what Eva said. I mean, Passions fans are by far the best fans ever. Thank you guys.
Hey, Chad. Sorry I had to whip you up so many times. Black on black crime.
Yeah, I owe you some of them beatings, man. I owe you a beating or two.
All
right, Jade.
That's funny.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jade Harlow. I played Jessica Bennett, number 2. I see so many loved ones here. Oh my God, it's so good to see your faces and to know you're doing okay. And thank you, Richard and Sherry, for putting this together, and Kay for doing all the organizing and thoughtful planning. And thank you to the fans for tuning in and asking fun questions to walk us down memory lane.
All right, Silvana.
Hi, hola everybody.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
My name. Oh, Dios mío. My name is Silvana Arias. I played Paloma Lopez Fitzgerald. And now I'm back in LA. I moved to Florida for 10 years. And now I'm back. And I'm back. And I'm back. I'm from Peru, guys. You have to understand. I still have an accent. But thanks to Passions,
we didn't notice. So we didn't notice.
I'm really happy to see you guys again.
Okay, who else we have there?
She's the only one who's solved any crimes on the force.
Christy
Kathy?
Ferris is there. Kathy.
Kathy, say hi.
Where's Christy?
Where is Christy? I don't have her
There.
in my.
Christy, where you at?
Oh, Christy.
Christy.
Say hello.
Hey, I'm Christy Ferris. I played Simone #2. And just so everybody knows and remembers, Chad is still my man. That is #1 and #2 Chad.
My God, no!
Yes. I don't care what anybody says. He's
Oh, there
still
you
my man. So and I have to say too, it was probably one of the best times of my life. And most of my fans to this day are Passion fans from all of the shows that I've been on. My Passion fans are still diehard fans. So I really appreciate the show and all of you guys out there.
All right, Kathy.
Hi,
Yes.
you guys. I'm Kathy Doe. I played Simone Trace. And I want to say to Christy, we're kind of over Chad. We have definitely moved on. Just, let's talk. Is all I'm saying. I really had a great time doing the show. It was my first show, first time ever doing an acting job. And it was the absolute best. And that's the way to describe it.
Who do we have left? Amy.
Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy Castle. I play Esme's niece. And I was actually a Passions fan a few years before I was part of the family. So becoming a part of the cast was an amazing experience. And I looked up to all of you and you welcomed me with open arms. And it was still to this day one of my absolute favorite experiences ever. And I'm grateful to be here and see you all again. Thank you, Cherie and Mary Kelly and Richard. Really.
Great. Now, who else do we have? I can't see everybody.
I think that
Hi.
I think we got everybody.
Amelia.
Oh, Amelia.
Amelia, yeah, there she is.
Hi, Amelia Marshall. I played Liz, that bitter, evil sister of Eve. And gosh, it's great to see all of you. And no one has aged at all. You're gorgeous. So glad to be here.
I always loved you best, Amelia. Just so you know.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
How about Marianne? We need.
Oh, where's Aaron?
Aaron.
Hi.
Aaron, good to you.
Go for it.
Hi, guys. Hi, I'm Erin Cardillo. I played Esme Vanderheusen for the last couple of seasons of the show. And I love seeing all your faces. Hi, Amy. Amy was responsible on the show for killing all my boyfriends. So that was fun. I miss you guys. This is so great. Thank you guys for putting it together.
Oh, Marianne. Cannot forget.
Hi, I'm Marianne Muller-Liley. Sexually ambiguous Norma Bates. 8 seasons tried to kill Tabitha and Timmy. And I also want to say a shout out to James Riley, who used my character and Kathleen Noon's character to have the first lesbian wedding on TV.
That is true. Kudos. Now, Cherie, did we get everybody?
How about
Charles.
Charles, we did.
Yeah.
Where's Kathleen?
We got Philip as well.
Yeah,
Where's Philip?
Philip here.
Hi guys, what's going on? My name is Phil.
Hello.
Where's Philip?
Brother.
I played Vincent Crane, I believe that was his name. Yeah, and I played a bunch of different characters, half man, half woman. They never gave me a heads up. They're just like, "This is what you're doing this week." I was like, "All right, let's go." How it goes sometimes. It's good to see everybody, and everyone's looking well. Stay healthy, guys. This is for a great cause. Yeah.
There you're right. Cherie, what are the questions from the fans?
Deanna's on there as well.
Oh, where's Deanna?
Yeah.
What?
Say hi, Deanna.
Deanna.
It's on page 2.
Oh, for God's sake.
Deanna?
Page 2.
Wow. Deanna,
Oh my goodness.
What's up, Deanna?
Say hi, Deanna.
Oh
my
She's on mute.
Yeah, I'm not sure your audio's not working.
muted.
I heard it.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard him.
Oh, there she is.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Deanna.
Hey, Deanna.
Oh, the baby.
Who's that handsome fella?
Handsome fella.
To be in the Zoom with us.
Deanna, they're doing like introductions of what your character was and all that.
Oh, I played Kay Bennett from 2000 to 2003. I was the third person to play Kay, and I don't know how many came after me.
Not many.
All my daughters. James, how many Ks were there?
Who knows?
I think just 3.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, now Cherie, how about those questions from the fans?
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Oh,
You're muted,
man.
Cougar.
Zoom got canceled.
I see her, but it says she's muted.
I know everybody's happy.
There you are.
I sent them to Richard. I sent the questions to Richard.
And let's throw this over to Mr. Schilling. Take it away.
Take it away.
Wait, I don't have the questions.
I sent them. I put
you have
them
to
to your
read them.
phone.
Hang on. Are there fans actually on this thing?
No. I love you, fans, but no, I can't have you in my chat.
All right, there's questions on Facebook.
And
here.
Richard, would you
Wait,
like
can
to point out what
Can I
you're wearing?
Wait, can I just say something real quick? Lynn Manuel is on here.
I'm
And
wearing
he,
Timmy's jacket. Timmy's
wait,
smoking
can somebody,
jacket.
Thank you.
Say that again.
oh, Lynn Manuel is on. He's watching, or because he sent a message and said, "Oh my God, there's a Passions reunion!" in exclamation point.
You're kidding me.
Manuel.
No.
Amazing.
So shout out to Lynn Manuel and Angie Thomas, who's a writer who has some major movies and stuff out that she wrote. But anyway, just wanted to send a shout out to them because they're watching right now.
Nice.
Well,
Does
hey,
that
oh,
mean
yes,
you're not
indeed.
canceled?
Now, back to Mr. Schilling. I don't know if we heard. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing Timmy's smoking jacket that Julie Engelsman made for me for Christmas one year.
Okay, because it's clearly a little bit bigger than the actual jacket.
But I would love to see him in the actual jacket. If that
We have one of Timmy's jackets here,
And
I
Looking
see the
good,
TV
man.
Guide poster behind you.
and I've got the poster behind me.
All right, so
Yeah,
go for
those
the
are
questions, sir, whenever you're ready.
I don't know where to get. I don't know how the questions work.
You just, they're just
Oh,
questions.
for God's
There's
sake.
there's people there on Facebook, and you can scroll
The
up.
first
and
one
There's a whole
is
bunch, yeah.
Mary Kelly from Wild Empress.
Well, go ahead and ask it.
What couple didn't end up together that you wish that you wish had ended up together?
Who's that question for?
It was
Any
not. It was for
actor?
a general question.
All right, Juliet, what do you say to that question?
What, who I wished I'd ended up with?
Is there a couple you wished would have ended up together that didn't
Paloma
end
and
up
Chad.
together?
Paloma and Chad. Oh.
Paloma and
Oh,
Chad.
well, yeah, I thought James and Dana were a great couple. And I don't know what happened.
Yay! I was pulling for that, really. I'm greedy. I'm not shy. I love my Sam. I love that. Thank
right,
you,
go.
Juliet.
Keep going, Cherie. You can fire away.
So another fan question: was there ever an off-camera love affair? I don't even know the answer to this.
Whoa.
Don't want to touch that, so let's ask.
I think six screens just went black when you did that. So 10 people just dropped off the
I think we got our
chat.
answer.
I think that's
got
your
our
answer, Cherie. Let's move on to the next question.
Will there be a reboot of Passion?
Yes.
Who wants a reboot? Who wants a
Richard
movie?
Schilling, answer that question.
Yes.
I have actually been talked to about it, but it's not going to happen right now.
Ooh, you are cagey, sir.
Yeah.
Curious.
By right now, you mean like right now, but maybe like next year.
Post quarantine?
I don't know.
Nothing's happening now.
Nothing's happening now.
Documentary coming out, which is being worked on by Paul Hartel, our editor, that you all participated in.
So I'm not sure when that's coming out, but you know, there is a new resurgence in the interest in passions.
Yay!
Right.
All right, next question, Cougar. Keep
Next
them
question
coming.
is Nancy Shahing says, does everybody keep in touch, or is this the first time you all been back together in a while?
We keep in touch.
We keep in touch.
We do. We keep
Yeah.
in touch. Some of us.
Everybody can point to the square that they keep in touch with and pretend other people can see it. Kim, Eva, Dave, Eric, Taylor.
Eva brought me to a show.
Andrea.
I read for Stillhama.
I still call Eva mom till today. Like she was my family during my stay in LA.
And and some of us have worked together too on other projects, other things we've done together. I know for me, I mean, over the years, I've worked a bunch of times with Christy Ferris on a number of different projects, plays and whatnot, films, and then most recently, both. Well, actually, back in the day, both Kathy and Christy were in a film that I wrote and produced, Butts for Life, which was awesome. And then most recently, Christy and Jade worked with me, where I was so honored to have them in my project, a short film that I just shot called Orpheus Star that they did phenomenally in. So yeah, it's just been great working with them. And
awesome.
Very cool.
Well, I heard that Lindsay, I heard that you were scripting something for Hallmark where you're gonna kill off every Passions cast member and Hallmark movie.
Yeah. Man, if I was scripting something for Hallmark, that would not be the story for sure.
Yeah.
Unless it was Christmas.
All right, next question, Cherie.
The next one, Ronnie Taylor says, for Mackenzie, do you like how Sheridan ended up with Antonio, or do you think that Sheridan should have ended up with Luis?
Oh my God, with Luis. It was the stupidest ending.
Jim Riley is rolling over in his grave.
I hated that ending. I hated that ending.
Why?
Antonio was BS.
Shut up, Chris Douglas.
Everybody wants to hear.
Come out of your shell, Mac.
Totally have.
Hey, at least they didn't blow you up in a bus. I mean, come on.
I got blown up in a boat.
Oh.
True. All right, Cherie, next. Keep them coming.
I'm keeping going. What is your favorite scene ever, Galen?
Oh, my favorite scene ever?
Yes.
That is, wow, impossible to answer. I think there were so many extraordinary things I think that so many of us were part of in the show that were so outlandish that I don't know that daytime will ever do again. And so for better or for worse, right? But like the crazy special effects, the adventures, one of the things that stands out for me is having an opportunity to go to another stage entirely, and we shot this like giant flood scenes. It was like this New Mexico. I was trying to find my father and all this stuff. Sheridan were together.
I remember that.
And I remember we come in the studio and I'm like, holy crap, it's amazing. It's like a whole studio. It's just so well done. And then I see this giant dumpster full of mud that they end up dumping on us. They're like, yeah, you might get a little thrash. So I was like,
that was so awesome.
I mean, they were just going for it. And we did so many awesome things like that. We, you know, as actors, James and Eric obviously can speak to this. Rodney too. When we were like the heroic saving something, you know, we'd have the prop guys up in the rafters throwing rocks down at us. There was always something hailing down, and
they loved that.
They love that.
And then, like, invariably, Richard or someone would come over loudspeaker, like, you guys, quit screwing around. You're going to move to the end of the day. You're like, woo! Just so many great times. I would have thought it was you and Precious.
Me too, Rich.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Precious, the orangutan? Like lately, I saw a picture. It's like the craziest looking thing. He's living in Florida. He's got a girlfriend.
He's retired.
Oh, man. All right, Sheree.
All right, next one, Gina Christ asked if you could be quarantined with any other member of the cast, who would it be? And that's for anybody.
Liza, what do you say?
Eric, we'd be laughing the whole time. Well, as long as we had some Neil Diamond to listen to, we'd be all set.
Perfect. Andrea, who do you be quarantined with?
Probably Kim. We got along really, really well and have a nice friendship from. So it'd be fun.
Now, Kim, you have to say Andrea.
Yeah, no choice.
Of course, it would be Andrea and Dana because we all get along.
Juliet, how about you? Who would you be quarantined with?
Me? Well, I'd have to bring him back from the dead, but I'd have to say Timmy. I'd like to be quarantined with Timmy.
To Timmy.
Wonderful.
It's a Timmy, a very rare little creature.
He sure was.
Fellow, yeah.
James, who would you be quarantined with? And you can't say Galen.
Well, of course it'd be Galen because we have way too much fun. Probably Galen or Rodney, my man Rodney, RVJ down there. Those would be the two for me.
Rodney, who do you say?
Any woman. Any woman. Any woman in harmony. Okay, let's be real. I'm not gonna be quarantined with some dudes. I'm sorry. Any woman in harmony, and some food. That's realistic.
Even Margo, what do you say?
Me? I want to say, gosh, this is tough because all my kids are on here. Probably Lindsay.
Yay!
Yeah. Savannah. And, I don't know. It's just hard, man.
Brooke, how about you?
Oh, I would definitely I couldn't do more than one. So I would kidnap Heidi. I would kidnap Lindsay. Eva, I would just be like, come on, babe. And she would come too because I have two of her friends as well. Yay. Cooking
great.
all the time and eating. And we would be a whole different person when quarantine was over for sure. Yes.
That's all good. Sheree, keep them coming.
Who was the funniest cast member?
Oh, who should feel that? Heidi, who do you say?
Drinking right now.
Let me do this one real quick. So it depends on which day and who you worked with. So if I worked with Galen and Eva,
not good.
We would lose our minds laughing. Mackenzie, and you know who I loved the days that we worked together. Juliet she had so many lines, and she would have fun with us to a point, and then she'd look at us like, let's get our shit together.
Yeah.
But I think it was just fun. I mean, we all had, the one thing special about this show is we of course worked hard. But Kim would come in and Kim would laugh. Dana, we were crying laughing sometimes. Lindsay and Eric, everybody, Heidi, we all had just so much fun.
True.
I think everyone was funny in their own way, but what I loved was when Ben Masters did a scene.
Oh, yes.
If he did it once, he was hysterical. And then I would ask him to do it a second time.
Oh my God.
And he would come up with an entirely different thing. It was even funnier. So he was great at comedy.
Yeah, love it.
Yes.
Heidi, who do you say?
I don't know. I always laughed working with James. He was so crazy. Oh, there's my son. Hi, puppy. Everybody was so funny. Eric is hysterical. I couldn't do a scene with him, but everybody was hilarious.
Eric, who do you find funny?
I find the whole genre funny.
Good answer.
No, James is right. Everybody is like their own color. Everyone brought something special, and everyone was hilarious in their own way. but I want to go back to the quarantine thing. I put a lot of thought into that.
Oh.
I'm thinking I would want to be with the mermaid because I don't think fish can get the virus. So I know I'd be safe with the mermaid.
Brandy, would you pick Eric? Brandy, would you pick Eric?
I know. I mean, we've sung together before, so I know we would have a lot of fun singing some songs too. And we like the same like taste in frozen yogurt. So yeah, I think totally.
Little Abner together.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Hi, Daisy.
Anybody else have a vote for the funniest cast member?
I have to say something. I remember being in scenes with James and Galen, and I would say, because of course I always have to be I had to be the serious mom. And these two guys, I'm sorry, but they should never have been in any scenes together. It was impossible.
Oh my God, Eva. I couldn't agree more. The James and Galen days were.
I mean, I would see the call sheet and see Eve, Pilar, Luis, and Sam, and I'd be, not good.
Oh, they
totally agree, Eva.
I think they're co-winners of the funniest two.
Yeah.
They're definitely the funniest.
Well, they are also co-winners of the worst excuse. We were waiting for James and Galen, and I called, and they were at Witsit shooting golf balls.
I remember that.
And Galen Gehring said, "Oh, I'm walking over to the stage right now." It was like,
I remember that.
Here golf balls. So, care to comment on that, boys?
That is not true.
Absolutely, 100% true.
100%.
We were at Roger Dunn, actually.
Okay.
And they were the only time I ever marched onto the set to break them up because I was so angry with them. Because it was like 10 o'clock at night and they were goofing around. And I never get upset, but I had to go to the set and break them up because I was so mad at them.
Let's not forget that we used to work until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
2 a.m. We used to work until 2 a.m. Get there.
And then back at 6.
Yes.
Yes.
That is true.
So we put the work in, guys. We definitely did some things that no other show ever did.
I remember like my very first day on the set. I remember coming in. I think I booked it like on a Tuesday. I came in Wednesday, had all like 4 scripts. And then I remember thinking, and then we were working from 6:30 in the morning. I would get there at 6:30. We were done at 11:30. Come back the next day. And then all I remember was, wait, we're working on Saturday? Because I thought I was gonna get the weekend out to like sleep, like to catch up, because I was like so like, and
we did.
We're working on Saturday. That was my first week on the show, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know.
However, toward the end of the run, we had 17 weeks of vacation. Not bad.
That is true. Gotta look at the bright side. Cherie, more questions.
Brenda Glazer said, "Who was your favorite stage manager?" Oh, sorry.
Roy, yeah. Where's Roy?
What do that mean?
That's hysterical.
Give us some real questions.
I know, right? Who always went up on their lines?
You know that answer.
Well, since Juliet never did, I'm going to ask Juliet to field that first.
Well, I was so scared I didn't dare go up on my lines because I was always talking to myself or somebody who didn't answer. I don't remember who was the worst about going up on their lines. I thought everybody was pretty damn good considering how many lines we had.
Yeah.
Everybody was superb. I loved working with Heidi. She came in sort of halfway through, and she and I had a great time. And she was always brilliant on the lines. And I think she was terrified that I'd give her a bad time if she did. but I never had to. She was terrific. I think everybody was pretty good. I mean, sometimes those boys fooled around quite a bit and forgot them.
Marianne, how about you? We haven't heard from you.
I love you.
Well,
Anybody
no,
you
I
think
work
go up on their lines?
No, I work primarily with Juliet, and we've already established she was fantastic. I did want to say one thing about the comedy, though. For me, because I was always with Timmy and well, mostly, for me, the funniest part was really the script, because we had so many really funny takeoffs, and the one that paralyzed me was Brokeback Mountain.
Oh my God.
The only time in my 48-year career where I couldn't get through the scene because it was so funny. So to get the side of my cheek and to cause pain so I could finish in less than 3 takes. Love the script.
I had problems with my lines all the time.
I was going to say something about lines and Silvana, because when Silvana joined the show as co-host, I don't know that many people know this, especially not the fans, she did not speak English. Really? So she would say to me a couple days before, she was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't even know what I'm saying.
No. All right, we didn't.
So you would help me all the time. You would say part of my lines in English so I could continue what I have to say. It was so hard, and I had to memorize all those lines explaining why my character was so mad at you. It was I wanted to kill myself because it was so hard. I had to have you reading my lines so I could memorize them just by ear. It was crazy.
Wow. Well, they left you in Mexico. What do you expect? Yes. She was a terrible mother.
Thank you so much for helping me.
I remember one scene that we did, and I can't remember who I was. I know James was in it, and Dana and Rodney, and I don't remember what we were doing blocking. And there was a line that Rodney had to say where he whatever the line was, it was first we have to do first things first, and first we're going to. And there were like so many firsts, and as he was rehearsing the line, he was like, "Wait, how many firsts do I say?" He's like, "First, we're gonna do first things first. Really? How many firsts?" And we were
Everybody
all
froze.
cracking up so hard at that.
Yeah.
Cherie.
Okay, from Gina G.
Make something up,
if you could choose one other cast member to play your character, who would you choose?
Oh,
Christy. None of us know.
Okay, I'll take that. I would vote for Kim and I to swap, because I read for Kim's part the first time around and I didn't get it, and I was pretty relieved actually. She's so awesome at Ivy. So if we ever did like a mock Passions, like alternate Seinfeld, I'd like to switch with Kim.
Awesome. That'd be a good switch.
Kim.
You want Sam.
Really wants a Sam.
Everybody wants Sam.
I would switch with Ben's character. Ben had such a great time. He
did.
Well, he took that and made it what it was, but I think he had so much fun playing that character, and there was a lot going on with him. So I think that would be a good one that I would have switched with Ben. Ben would have made a great chief of police too, I think.
The great Chad Crane too, you know.
I would switch with Heidi because she was constantly throwing water on me all the time. I'd like to chase her around with something.
Remember saying the line, "Something smells fishy around here."
Right? All the time.
All the time.
I would have switched with Philip, so I could have tied him up to a chair naked for like a week.
Oh my God.
Tied to a chair naked, Eric?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I'm trying to forget it too.
You want to refresh everyone's memory about that?
Sure.
Pictures of
Go
everyone
for
in
it.
town posted up, and he had me tied naked to a chair while he circled around me and just taunted me in that mask. I knew it was unairable. That's why
I forgot about the mask.
You were
I didn't
very
forget about
brave.
the mask.
must have been in my mind.
Half man, half woman, split down the middle.
Gosh.
Lesson for playing that role.
I would switch with
Lots of people
Deanna.
to do a lot of crazy things.
Well, Christy?
Yeah, I would switch with Deanna just because Deanna was always rolling her eyes behind my back over the Chad situation. And I would love to have her in my position of, like, and all the whole time I kept thinking, doing the exact same thing with Miguel. Like, I don't understand why you're, rolling your eyes at me because I want Chad. So I would switch those two.
Mackenzie, how about you? Did you answer?
I didn't. Probably Liza, only because I originally auditioned for her role.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
I think 3 or 4 times I went in for her role, and it was thanks to Richard and Lisa. They thought, let's have her read for Sheridan, which usually producers never do that. It's just you're cut and you're gone. But they, had me come back in and read for Sheridan.
Now, Liza, you just read for the role that you played, correct? It wasn't.
I just read for Gwen, but I remember when I came in for the audition, I mean, it was my first really big audition, and I totally blew the first 2 takes. And I remember asking, I can't remember, was it Brett? Brett was the stage manager. I remember asking him, I said, please, can I have a third time? Please, can I have a third chance? And then I remember nailing it on the 3rd chance. I was like, all right, now I might have a go at this. I was sucked so bad the first 2 times I went through the scene. But yeah, just for Gwen.
By the way, I have all your audition scenes on DVD. I'll be happy to upload them on the internet.
Now,
yes, you dare.
We got it.
Yes.
We got this again.
Horrible.
And you got to play them.
That's not a promise. That's a threat.
Yes, please. Yes.
Do that. Oh, no.
Do you have everyone, Rich, or just a couple of people?
The original cast.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's blackmail worthy.
Yes.
Galen was the best because Galen did it like 8 times because he got like dropping his gun or saying something.
That makes me feel better. That makes me feel a lot better.
I was improvising, guys. I was just, doing a little riffs. It was, intense.
Of course.
Now, Shireen, do we have enough time to ask everyone what their favorite Passions memory was on or off camera?
As long
Is that
as
okay?
as long as they have time, we have time.
Okay, Juliet, I'm going to start with you. Your
Oh, no, please,
favorite Passions memory.
Don't start with me. I have to think
Nope.
about it.
Oh, very well.
I love it.
Dana, go for it.
Okay, I was thinking about that today, and it's so hard to put it down to one. So it was more the excitement of all the holiday episodes that we did. That was just super cool because it was like we were a month ahead of everything. So Christmas was Christmas for a month, and then you got to have Christmas, and you're all jazzed up because your Passions family was all excited about Christmas or whatever it was. Whenever we had a big holiday, and it pulled everybody together. So everybody was there. It was really magical to have holidays with all of you. My family, Passions family.
Kim Ulrich, favorite memory.
Oh, again, that's really hard. There were so many, many, many good ones. I know driving the car through the church was a highlight of mine. I love that. That was fun. Coming out the top, that was that was one of my favorite things I've done acting. But just working with all you guys. Yeah, that's the best memory I have is the whole family.
Andrea.
Well, again, it's hard to say after so many years, but I remember my very first day. I had just come from another show, and when you come onto a show that's already established, you don't know how everybody's going to accept you, and everybody was so nice and so welcoming. And there was a scene I had to remember. There's a scene I did with Kim and Ben where I was just told that my character was going to go after Julian. And I had told the director, I don't remember who it was, that at one point I was going to bend down and do something funny. And what I did was I bent down and stuck my butt in Ben's face. And the look on Ben's face when I saw the scene was hysterical. He was so funny. So I just remember that scene.
Rodney.
I just left Young and the Restless and coming over to Passions, and it was a completely night and day experience. But I think the best moment for me was the Demons in the Closet of the Bennett house. That was crazy.
That's awesome. Galen, how about you?
I would have to agree with Rodney because the Demons in the Closet in those times are just, they're so nostalgic. You know, those early days, first getting to the show and figuring out what the hell was going on, and those big scenes when everyone was involved, and there was such great camaraderie. And it was just like, wait, what do we, this hell is coming out of the closet? You know, and then ultimately, I think honestly, like they did a great job of that. I mean, people still to this day, they just love the show. There's so much
special effects.
Yeah, they just like revere it. So, and those early days were just so memorable. I mean, so many. It's impossible to answer the question.
Oh, Lindsay, do you have a favorite memory?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to jump on board with Galen and say like all the big group scenes, because we finally got on that rhythm of like our storylines were so isolated. We were never hanging out with other people. We'd only see them in passing. So when we got the group scenes, it was everybody's, chance to get together and like, well, goof off and enjoy each other and look at what we're doing and really enjoy it and have a good time doing it. And then of course the last episode that we did was like, woo, that was crazy. Yeah.
Eric, how about you?
It's a tie. Well, as memorable as it was being in the middle of the ocean shooting sharks with handguns. Yeah.
Tiburones.
Lindsay was for some reason swimming in the middle of the ocean, and we had to shoot the sharks. I still have to go with, by the way, the guns probably wouldn't have worked anyway. I'd have to go with the Bollywood sequence. The fact that Bollywood sequence, that the network would invest that much time and that much energy into it was Teresa's nightmare. I mean, it was a thing, but it was so impressive and so they don't do that anymore. They can't do that anymore. So it's such a tribute to what you guys threw into that program, and it was just beautiful. The whole thing was
beautiful. Liza, you were in Bollywood too. Is that one of your favorite memories?
The Bollywood episode was absolutely one of my favorite memories. It was really unique and it was special and we had so much fun. But something else that was also just amazing was when we first started in 1999 and we were all together in Oxnard, California for the carnival. I mean, it was so many of our very first jobs and we all really bonded and got totally sunburned shooting on the beach. It was just the start of something really special. And there were just so many fun, wonderful episodes. I mean, Andrea, remember we did the Osborne thing with being the Osbornes? And that was hilarious. So there were just, you never knew what you were walking into every day. And it was the best.
Yeah. Awesome. Brooke, what do you remember?
Well, I have to say it was wonderful being able to go to work and, having guys with their shirts off every single day just was great. But also just, the way that the show really took time to invest in the characters, as friends, me and Teresa, as family, every member of our family. It really created a full life for all of us. And then growing up and falling in love and getting married, it really honored, the moments in our lives. And it did it in a beautiful way. And I'm really appreciative for that. But my personal favorite episode is the Jerry Springer episode.
Yay! I was going to say that too.
That was hilarious.
Pregnant Whitney on Jerry Springer.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
That was funny.
And I brought it
great. It was always great for me to be able to I just put this in. It was always great for me the night before to get the script, to read it the night before. Remember when you get the scripts, you like, what am I doing today? Yeah. And it would be so exciting to see the crazy stuff that you have to prepare for the next day.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Let's face it.
What's your memory?
Morning.
Talk. Okay. MK?
Oh, yes, darling.
MK, I agree that actually the very beginning for me was the most memorable in a way, when we were on location in Oxnard and I had Timmy in the basket on my bicycle.
Oh
my God. And
off the
he
front.
had to fall out actually, and I was so afraid that it was going to be him to fall out, but of course they did a wonderful trick with the dummy one, and he suddenly was back in my basket. But that was the beginning of our relationship, and we had a very special relationship. He was like a fairy. He was a fairy person, and he taught me a lot about believing in magic. I did anyway, but he helped that along, and so all of that beginning when I was bonding with him and we were getting closer and closer, I think that has to be, and then of course they turned me into looking like somebody like that. I spent many hours in the makeup department, many hours for all my disguises. I mean, I was even Colonel Sanders once.
Yeah.
And I looked so like Colonel Sanders. I actually have a photograph in our living room of me, and everyone thinks, why do you have a picture of Colonel Sanders?
Now, Richard Schilling.
Makeup they did.
There's Timmy's little coat.
Actual coat.
Oh, that's fantastic, Richard. You're a keeper of all the secrets.
I know. It's sad.
What's your favorite memory, James?
So when I read for Passions, I read in New York with Christy Brisky, right? Jackie Brisky.
Jackie Brisky.
And it was one of the most funniest auditions I ever had. So I'd walk in the room, first thing she said, "You can do anything you want, don't touch me." And I said, "Okay."
She was big on that, by the way.
But anyway, so I read in New York. I came out to LA, and I originally read for my brother, and then I read for Sam after second time. And I think it was just all of this moment of this moving to LA for this new show. Definitely the first part of the show was in Oxnard. I so much enjoyed that. Galen, myself, and Jesse went looking at a park together. That was a funny day. But my most important thing over the years of being on Passions was the love story with Dana and Kim. Two amazing actresses to work with, professional, amazing. It was such a joy to come in and be able to do that with these two girls. So the love story for me was such a really well written. It was, what do we do? What's going to happen? I mean, Kim played the role very well. Dana played it very well. So I was very lucky. I was a really lucky person to be able to work with those two.
Amelia, how about you?
Oh, well, as Eric mentioned earlier, I think I was blown away by all of the special effects and the ability with that huge sound stage over on CBS Radford to create, the floods and the things. But I think the one scene that always stands out in my mind is being stuck in the closet or a supply room with Ben Masters, and the supply room starts to flood, and I get this vision of us with our eyes and our nose above the water, and that was it. So that's my it's my most terrifying and my most favorite scene.
Eva, what do you say?
Oh, I have to say my favorite scene was when Pilar finally reunited with Martin. Oh wait, that didn't happen. Honestly, I feel the same as everybody else, which is that the big scenes were the most beautiful. But I have to say, every single scene that I had with Lindsay, every single scene with that girl, to this day, she is. I was raising my daughter in real life and I was raising Lindsay. I've seen her grow up into a woman in 20 years. So every scene with her was absolutely divine and beautifully written.
Oh, Jade, how about you? Jade Harlow.
I like a lot of us loved the big fun special effects stuff, but but what I remember so vividly is prom. And the boat sinking. And I remember there was like, we were doing this gag where like you're pulling the furniture and you're pulling the actors to make it look like the boat's sinking. And there was just one extra standing straight up. Just watching us all slide across the floor, kind of like that was amazing. I loved when the hell thing first started in the Bennett house. And we took off of everything from The Exorcist, Bruce French as Father Lonigan.
Oh, gosh.
That stuff was amazing. And then when we started doing like the walls crushing in on the Scooby-Doo crew.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Loved all of that business. Yeah, I just loved going to work and playing and getting dirty and being tired and wet. Yeah.
It's funny that, so many have said the big group scenes, because I love those too, but at the same time, it was like herding cats when you had all of us in one scene.
Yes, it was.
Long day.
Cherie can speak to that.
Seriously, long day. My personal favorite though was the Paris. Obviously doing the Paris stuff.
Yes.
Getting that opportunity for me in my real life. I just had surgery the week before, and I got the phone call, is your passport up to date? You're leaving in a week. And I remember getting on a plane. I remember being in Paris. I remember popping a stitch, calling my surgeon, going, is everything okay? He's like, well, we'll see. And got home, everything was fine. Any of the past lives I had with Galen, any of the past live scenes were
Cleopatra was amazing.
Loved that.
I forgot about choreographer Triple to try to teach Galen how to dance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Christy.
He goes, I'm not putting my name on that.
I will say one thing about the Paris and the Oxnard shoots is when the show first began, we had these two shoots going on at the same time. It was Maine and it was Paris. And they insisted that Lisa wanted to send me to Paris because she didn't want to go. And the network insisted that she be there because that was the first shot of the show. So she went to Paris and I went to Maine. And that's where she met Antoine.
Yeah.
And that's how she got married.
I remember them meeting. I remember the two of them meeting. And it was like you saw magic from the start. And it was so beautiful to watch, as an outside perspective from day one of the two of them meeting. And it was such a magical week. That whole week was just so special all around.
So basically, Lisa could have ended up marrying a lobster fisherman.
I was stuck with Galen and Jesse in a Jeep and,
Lucky you.
Lucky you, Richard.
Paul Bunyan.
Now, Richard, I don't have a full gallery view, so I'll let you ask other cast members that haven't been able to answer much. I'm just going by my little boxes.
I'm not sure I do either.
That's okay. I'll jump in. It's Christy. So I think Deanna jumped off, but one of my favorite moments was praying with her, even though I had nothing to do with the show. But praying with her once. That was a special moment for me because she was in tears about something. And then my other great memory is working with Brooke when we found out that when I saw them having sex with Chad. And that moment was so special because I remember us just fighting and slapping. And then as soon as the scene would end, we would both be like, are you okay? And so those moments that I got to share with her and that bond that we had as sisters was special. And I think my last moment was I had to do a crying scene with Rodney. And I just remember him calling me baby girl or something. Obviously, he always called me Sugar Bear, but I remember him saying something like that. And I just remember thinking, oh, it just made me cry even more. So those little moments were special when you connect as an actor.
Hey, MK, Cherie, I have to go. I have a little unicorn here who's come to get me. I don't know if you can see the unicorn.
Can the unicorn bend down?
Go back away. There she is.
I love
Melissa. And we're going to Bonds now to do a bit of shopping. She hasn't been a mask. And
Oh, well,
it's been a
thank you.
pleasure, but I have to go because I'm going to do a Zoom theater with Stacy Keach. Cat on a
Wonderful.
Roof. He's playing big.
Beautiful play. That's great.
Love you,
So,
Juliet.
I love you all.
Love you.
And it's been-
Love you, Juliet.
I miss
Hi,
you.
Juliet.
I miss you all the more.
I miss you so
God
much.
bless you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bye.
Now, Sheree, what is your timeline? I'm good till 12:30, but I don't want to.
We can start wrapping things up. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to say, to finish their memory thing.
Yeah, Charles.
We haven't heard from
you can
Aaron
speak.
or Charles.
Charles, Aaron, Mary Ann, Don.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Malik.
everybody touched on the group shots. I mean, for me, the big memories were all the, just the production value you guys put into everything. I mean, you show up and there's a whole apartment complex with a pool. Knowing going to be with your shirt off for like a whole 3 months. I mean, everybody gets to see 30 cast members on the screen, but for me, it was like the family behind. Richard, Sheree, Paulie, Dino, all the guys who every day would come in and watch us rehearse in the morning and give you that look like, oh, y'all gonna do this today? Okay, we'll see how that works out. For
You're
you.
my favorite, Charles.
And you said like Jackie and Petros and all those guys. I miss that, the whole family behind the scenes and on camera as well. That's like kind of my big memory, my big.
You know what? Chad number 2. I never beat you up. Did you notice that?
Oh, you did. You did. I still got a scar right here, man. I don't. Wasn't necessary.
You were too pretty.
I knew
You was
didn't
too
like me.
pretty. They didn't want to hit you. They didn't want you hurt. You was too pretty. You came in as this model actor. He's like, please don't hit him. You can hit the other chap, but don't hit him. I never choked you out.
How about the other Chad, John Sweeney?
I beat the hell out of John. Tom.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
John
yeah.
all the time.
And I have
You
the
know
scars
what?
to prove it. Oh, yeah.
I just
no,
realized that I never beat up the second Chad.
There's still time.
I disagree. I disagree, man.
Oh, you got some?
I got some that angry.
Okay.
Angry.
Got some.
Aaron, what's your favorite memory?
Yeah. I have a bunch, but James was talking about his audition, and I do feel like it was the most fun audition I'd ever had. Kind of new to LA, but I'd auditioned for some soaps, and I just wasn't sure I understood how to do the genre of the typical soap opera. And then I got this audition and I got so excited because I was like, this is ridiculous. And I can have so much fun with this crazy character. And I never thought I was going to get it because I put on a voice and I was wearing something ridiculous and everybody in the waiting room looked so serious. And I was like, I'm just going to have fun and who cares? And I went in and did it. And I remember getting the phone call that I had gotten the part. And I remember saying to my agent, oh, they want me to do that on NBC? Like they want me to do that on television? Like for real? And they were like, yeah, apparently. Why? What'd you do? And I was like, I don't know. And then I showed up on set the first day and somebody handed me a shotgun and I was wearing a trench coat. And I was like, this is going to be the greatest joy of my life.
You were a no-brainer.
And it was so much fun. And then speaking of Sheree, I just wanted to shout out one of my favorite memories to this day about you, Sheree, was you singing at Christmas time one year, the Peanuts. I don't know what you were doing. You were like, Christmas time is here, but for weeks. I wanted you to do that on this live stream so everyone can see it. That is one of my favorite memories of all time.
Mary Ann, what's your favorite memory?
I have so many because my character had so many bizarre things she had to do. Swim in the streets of New York, be shot out of a chimney, fall into a pit with tarantulas, or what were they? Some creepy things. Some were fake and some were real. Like they had a wrangler for roaches or something. But the thing I remember most is I did not audition for the part, so I was just told I'm going to do a takeoff on Psycho as Norma Bates, and I'm going to have a baby carrier with my father's skull in it. And so the day before I was going to shoot the first episode, I thought, oh, I wonder how they're going to do the voice of the father. So I asked my agent to call production, and they said, oh, Mary Ann's going to do both voices. I'm going to speak. I thought, oh my God, I've got to learn those lines right now. I was slightly terrified, and that sort of set me up for the whole 97 episodes.
And you were brilliant.
Yes.
Well,
We enjoyed your character. What does Richard Schilling have now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Norma's axe.
Yes. I put all my memorabilia from the show on my fan page to raise money for my #1 charity, Heifer International. And Richard plopped down a big old bunch of money to get it. And I'm very grateful. Thank you.
His apartment looks very crowded.
I have to see that apartment.
Now, Cherie, did everybody get a chance to speak? I don't have the full gallery view, so you shout out.
Who didn't get a chance?
So I can go next, I guess. Don here.
Hey
guys. So yeah, way too many memories to really pick one. I mean, I just really loved working with the entire cast, as well as the entire crew. I mean, just you guys were all amazing, really, and it was really a family. I actually, just like a lot of people too, the big scenes with everybody. I mean, I loved just the grandness of those storylines, and I loved those marathon days. There's something about it that was just like grueling, but like 17, 20-hour days, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like literally, like, I would lose like 10 pounds in like a week. I mean, seriously, it'd be like, we were just like on the set like all the time. The prom was amazing, and like coming onto the set, the soundstage, seeing that big pool of water, those big dumpsters, dumping the water, and at one point it was like me, Galen, and Travis. We were on a boat. It's raining, windy, and we're all fighting for these guys, and like we're trying to like they've got us at gunpoint, and then like we're beating them up and we're jumping for the gun, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like living an action hero like fantasy right now, and that was just amazing. So yeah, I loved all of it. I loved all that. Oh, and one more thing. The demon in the closet for me was great. And then the whole fire, the house on fire, we were all like the fire department or whatever. We were all wearing those big suits. But I love that. That was the first time that that Chad actually got to be part of that whole demon, sort of supernatural thing. I'd never, because the regular storyline didn't have that. So for me, that was great because I was like, oh my God, I'm actually getting to, like be in the special effects scenes and be fighting demons, and that was really cool.
Hey, Rodney, mute yourself. We hear you.
Yeah.
Rodney, mute yourself.
All right. A lot of people seem to be a little distracted. So, Cherie, should we wrap this up?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody had a chance to say.
I didn't go.
You didn't go.
Oh,
Heidi.
I'm so sorry, Heidi.
Make sure.
No, I just wanted to say I loved every scene that I had with Juliet. She was so amazing. And also, Cherie, I always think about the time that Tabitha put a spell on Kay. She turned into 100 and was seducing Fox. And we had to switch back and forth. And Cherie and I, like every take, would cry laughing to Forever Young. And I was like,
very professional.
It was like, it was so much fun. And then the scene with Ivy where we fought over Fox's casket with the flowers and the stunt. Oh my gosh.
I think those scenes where we were laughing so hard are the ones that are gonna stick in our minds. I have so many favorite scenes, like the one in the cave with the real snakes, because I wasn't expecting real snakes. But one of my favorites, my favorite scene, I think, is the one, the Mexican wedding at Universal Studios.
Oh yeah.
Because I just met Galen and he pretended to help me with my lines, and he would change my lines at the last minute. Instead of the boogeyman, it was the booger man. So the director came and told him, Galen, stop correcting her lines. Don't pay attention to Galen. So I think those scenes where we were laughing really hard are the ones.
Shocking.
I want to say one thing. Can I say one thing? I want to shout out to the crew.
Yeah.
We had the most amazing crew. And I remember when Cooper was 7 or 8 and Jack used to let him run the camera, which you guys did. So, but they let my son play with the camera, and he's now a cinematographer. So
there you go.
Yeah,
we planted the seeds.
Yeah, you guys were the best.
We recorded it, by the way.
Sound guys were the best.
Hey guys, I have to go. I love you all. Kathy, I sent you a text because I don't have your number. I don't have anything. I love everybody. It was a great run, a great ride. I enjoyed it, but I got to go. I got a little bit of emergency here. So love you guys.
All right.
We'll talk.
Great seeing you, brother.
We will wrap things up. I want to thank each and every cast member. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. If you ever want to do this again, we'd love to try it. Then everybody will get a little more airtime. And again, before we part, let's just all say, let's think about Lisa, and hopefully we got some money raised in her name.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great to see you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Guys.
Love you.
I love you guys.
Okay,
Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Amazing.
Everybody stay on.
Love you guys.
Mary Kelly and Richard, stay on.
Oh, okay.
Stay
Bye,
well.
guys.
Okay.
I know.
MK, stay on. Richard, stay on.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're good.
Okay. Good,
Thank you, guys. Y'all were
Okay.
that was fantastic. I've got like 9 million text messages.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, good.
Thanks to the fans for showing up and hanging out with us too. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
And the memories. No, thank you, Sherry. Thanks for putting it on. Seriously.
No, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you all.
guys.
This is
Seriously.
the group effort, always.
This was a treat.
Brooke Kerr,
Awesome.
thank you, darling.
Bye, kids.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Dawn. Bye, Amy. Thank you. Thanks, Christy. Thanks, Amelia. Thanks, Kathy.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye, honey. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
That video.
That was great.
So wait, did we get a lot of, did we get any donations?
Yeah,
Or
hold
will
on.
we not know that?
Let me pause this recording.